Welcome to Module 5. Today we are going to explore responsible tech integration in today's classrooms. These are the objectives for this week. Examine the role of teachers in promoting responsible digital citizenship. Number 2, reflect on the double-edged nature of educational innovation. And number 3, create a digital citizenship and responsibility project with equity and innovation. So what is digital citizenship? Digital citizenship is some kind of guideline for responsible and appropriate behavior when someone is using technology. Digital citizenship covers anything from cyberbullying to netiquette, technology access in the digital gap, online safety and privacy, digital law, copyright, plagiarism, social media, and so much more, which is very important considering we've been talking about our Gen Z and Gen Alpha students who are digital natives. So why digital citizenship matters? Digital citizenship isn't just a tech issue, it's a human issue. As educators, we prepare learners to navigate online spaces with care, kindness, and critical thinking. We want our students to understand what is out in the digital society. We want to help them build empathy, awareness, and responsibility. We want to make sure that they are safe and they understand. So why should I be concerned with digital citizenship and responsibility? These are some great statistics. So the left side is the data from 2017. 78% of children have a desktop or laptop at home. And now data from 2025 on the right. 93% of children have access to a desktop, laptop, or tablet at home. If we go back to 2017, 77% have internet access. Now 97% of children have internet access. 42% of children 8 and under have their own digital device back in 17, and now 51% of children ages 8 and under now have their own smartphone or tablet. How many 5-year-old kindergarten students have you seen with an iPhone? It's increasing. And then the last statistic, 45% of children 10 to 12 have a smartphone with a service plan. And today, 42% of children have a cell phone by age 10. And then that goes up to 71% by age 12. So why should we be concerned with digital citizenship and responsibility? Students have access to desktops, laptops, tablets, cell phones. They are on the internet. We have to make sure that our students understand how to be good people and how to be responsible and safe. So examining the role of the teacher. As teachers, we guide students not only in content, but in how they engage with the world. This includes modeling how to behave, evaluate, and respond in digital spaces. This is our job. So understanding ethics in education technology. Innovation without ethics can cause harm. We must be thoughtful about the unintended consequences of our technology use in education, especially around bias and data. So we want to make sure that students are understanding the ethical implications, that they are making sure to keep their data private and how to do that. And then that we're making sure that all the technology is fair access and we're being inclusive of all students. These are 9 key learnings by Vicki Davis, which I just kind of copy and pasted for you to understand what are some of the things that you should be thinking about. Passwords, very important for students. Privacy, their personal information, photographs. Everything that they put on the internet is there forever. Property, permissions, protection, professionalism, and then personal brand. It's important for students to understand that coaches, colleges, people in their future any job interview, that they are looking at social media first. That is the very first thing they're doing. So they are trying to understand what is your personal brand. And it's our job to help guide them to understand how to make their personal brand look good. I love this image because this really helps put in perspective the difference between equality and equity. Equity means more than equal access. It's about justice. When innovating, we must ask who benefits, who is excluded, and how can we create more inclusive solutions. So we want to make sure that we're providing these digital tools and we are culturally responsive, that we're designing with all of our learners in mind, that we are making sure that everyone has the same access. So your project this week is a digital citizenship and responsibility project. And this challenges you to connect theory and practice. You'll create a product or lesson that teaches digital responsibility while modeling innovation that is equitable and ethical. So you are demonstrating your knowledge of responsible technology use, you're promoting equity, ethical awareness, and inclusivity. And then you are integrating digital tools to explore copyright, fair use, public domain, digital citizenship, digital information literacy, and digital identity. We'll go into more detail. There's always a rubric. So, understanding copyright. Copyright is a legal framework that grants creators exclusive rights over their original work. In education, we must be especially mindful of these protections. Using content responsibly ensures we model ethical behavior for students. It's also essential to recognize how systemic barriers like limited access to licensed materials may affect equitable learning opportunities. So thinking about the ways in which we can help students understand copyright, right? How to protect original work, how to understand that they can't just go and use things or copy something, that they have to understand that things require permission, right? And then also I put this in here, being careful with memes. What is fair use? So fair use allows for some limited use without permission. And so we have to help students understand what this means. It is a legal doctrine that allows educators to use copyrighted material under specific conditions, such as for criticism, teaching, or research. However, it's not a free pass. We must evaluate whether our use is transformative and limited, and we must also consider the impact on the creator's market. As educators, we should balance instructional goals with respect for intellectual property. So this image is great to process the factors that are involved. Public domain and Creative Commons. Materials in the public domain are no longer under copyright, making them free for anyone to use. Creative Commons licensing, on the other hand, empowers creators to grant permission for their work under certain conditions. These tools support innovation, equity, and access, allowing teachers and learners to contribute to and benefit from a global culture of open knowledge. This is a quick video about understanding copyright, so take some time to watch this.
Whether you're a local artist composing your own music,
A couple of minutes. And then thinking about what can you legally do, right? So it's your responsibility to model the digital responsibility. Digital citizenship includes teaching students how to use and create media ethically. This means modeling proper attribution, guiding students to find openly licensed resources, and encouraging original content creation. So modeling for them is number one. Empowering students to understand copyright not only protects them legally, it cultivates critical thinking, creativity, and respect for others' work. So here I have some resources for you, just, some extra things for you to dig in a little bit more to understand what each of these are, especially for your project this week. So looking at your project, first, let me back up. So you've got 2 PDFs this week, Digital Citizenship, a review of the academic literature, and then PDF number 2, a digital literacy model to narrow the digital literacy skills gap. You have your discussion questions, and then your digital citizenship and responsibility project with equity and innovation. And so there's 4 pieces to that project. There's a rubric, so make sure that you are reading through the rubric carefully to understand each of the expectations for those. And then in your Google Site portfolio, add in your digital literacy project, and then answer this. What responsibilities do we have as designers when working with technology and diverse learners? And that is it for Module 5. If you have questions or need help with anything, let